Welcome to St. Bridget Hospital. My name is Juliet Nduta Waweru. I am a critical care nurse, stroke renal nurse. You're welcome to the renal unit. So I'm going to say a little bit about the renal unit. We currently have 3 machines. There are different types of machines, but we as a hospital, we use the Gambro AK96 machine. We have a total of 12 patients currently. They usually do different sessions throughout the week. So we usually go from Monday to Saturday, and it's 24 hours in running. Once the patient comes, or once you come to our hospital, you're going to be required to go to the lab to do different types of tests. We require you to have triple serology, where we're going to test if you have any viral diseases, especially hepatitis and HIV. Later on, we're also going to be required to do UECs, which is we're going to be looking at your electrolytes, the kidney function, creatinines, and the ureas level. Once the results are out and we see that everything is okay, then you can be able to start the dialysis, where you're going to find me and my colleagues who are going to take you throughout the dialysis process.
Hello, my community. Hello, friends. It's been long since we had this show. We had taken a break of 2 months. We are back, and we are back stronger, broader, deeper, and really ready to go and to just come and share information with you. And today you can see I'm also in a t-shirt that is different from what I've been wearing and even the way I've been presenting. I'm having a t-shirt that is reading Bansol Community Health Services. This is the home of Health Now Show, our show that we all know. And Health Now Show, we know, is your health friend that deals with so many health conditions, illnesses, and we bring professionals to come and share with us. And one of the things that we felt is important is to bring in the CBO, that is Bansol Community Health Services, so that it can carry all of us, so that Health Now Show is the media that is going to carry all our activities. We have been in operation with the Bansol Community Health Services for the last 2 years, and we want now to continue with it together with Health Now Show. And one of the things that is coming in, and you are going to see it later in our programs as we go along, is we are going to mashinani, and we have introduced a program that we are calling it mental health mashinani. That means we go to the lowest unit of the community so that we can talk about these illnesses, the medical conditions, and how they affect us emotionally and mentally. And today we are here at St. Bridget Hospital in Kiambu Town, and they're hosting us. We are so glad to have them host us today, and they're so generous even to bring us here, give us some refreshments, as you can see in these cups. I'm going to sip as we go along, and you are going to sip, because they are very generous and welcoming, and that is why we requested that we could come and shoot it on location. We are in the hospital, as we have been told by the critical nurse who was here earlier, who talked on this show, that this is the renal unit. And one of the things that our goals is to talk about the non-communicable diseases and how they affect our lives. And today we thought it was important for us to start with one, and we are starting with the kidneys. We want to know, how do we take care of our kidneys? How do we even know we are having an issue with our kidneys? How do we even know that we need to see a doctor? And in the event that we need a dialysis, how is it? what is the whole process. So for today, we are going to talk about the kidneys and how we take care of them. How can we prevent some of the kidney diseases that daktari atakuwa akituelezea. I'll allow her to introduce herself shortly, but before I get there, it's very important for us to know that we can take care of our health and we can be healthier. And as we talk about how we can become healthier, we are saying we are being carried by Bansal Community Health Services and Health Now Show. Health Now Show is on YouTube, and we'll request that you follow us, subscribe. We'd want to share this information with as many people as possible so that we can live longer lives and quality lives, because that is the goal. And even for those who believe in the Bible, it says in 3 John chapter 1, it's only one chapter, it says that I pray that you may be in good health as even your soul prospers. So it is even the desire of God that we are healthy. And that is why I'm so excited as a host and even as a producer of this show, so that we can be able to share this information, very critical and very important, with all of us. And so without further ado, I want to say again, I'm so delighted to have come to this hospital. I've come before as a patient, not for this to this unit, but just to come general checkup. And but today I'm coming now on a different level, and I'm happy to have people that are here behind the cameras. I know we are having camera person Sifuna, we are having Anne, the admin, we are having my team, and Mary is also with us. So I welcome all of us, and especially you, our viewer. We are here for you. We are here for you. So St. Bridget is going to tell us what they do, how we can access them, how we can come to the hospital if we need to get to be seen by the doctors. I've talked a lot, but at this point, I want to welcome Dr. Anne Makau. She's going to introduce herself further, tell us who she is and what she does, and then we can set the ball rolling. Karibu sana daktari.
Asante.
Yeah.
Asante.
Yes.
Hi, welcome to St. Bridget Hospital in Kiambu Town, a level 5 hospital. My name is Anne Makau. I am an emergency medicine and critical care clinical officer. I have about 8 years of clinical experience. I have seen plenty of patients with kidney issues, and kidney issues is why we are here today. Kidney disease is why we are here today.
Okay.
Yes, I'm practicing in St. Bridget Hospital. I've been here over a year, and I'm excited to enlighten the community, discuss, sensitize, and talk more about kidney diseases. Yes.
Asante sana.
Asante.
Na karibu.
Thank you.
Kwa hii show. Health Now Show, your health friend. Karibu sana.
Thank you.
I think, Daktari, you can take us through where it all begins. From a layman's perspective, what first and foremost define what is, probably tell us about, remind us our biology. What is the kidney? How is it? Where is it?
Yes.
Probably something like that.
Yes.
And then we move on.
So the kidney is a very vital organ, very vital organ. It's located in our abdomen. We have 2 of them. They are located on our flank region, so about where I am touching, 2 of them, so 1 on each side. The function of the kidney, it has about more than a lot of functions, but I will mention 6 of them.
Okay.
So the first one is removing waste from our body, waste excretion.
Yes.
Number 2 is removing drugs from our body. Whether it is dawa umepatiwa at the hospital by your doctor, ama mihadarati. It's the kidney's function to excrete this kind of drugs from our system. Another function is balancing the fluid in our body. Another function is regulating blood pressure. The kidneys produce certain hormones that regulate your blood pressure. Another function the kidney does is produce active vitamin D. So when we talk about bone health, your bone density, how your bones are growing, the kidney plays a very vital role. You find that people who have kidney issues start having osteoarthritis, they start having fractures that are not equivalent to the injury. You just slip a little, your bone is broken, which doesn't make sense with the degree of the fall. So the kidney does produce the active form of vitamin D. The kidneys also control the production of red blood cells. So you'll find people who have kidney issues come with anemia and certain blood issues because the kidneys do a very vital role of controlling the production of red blood cells. Yes, top of the list, those are the functions of the kidneys.
Okay.
Yes.
Somebody told me, I don't know whether this is true,
Okay.
that we have 2 kidneys, but only one functions. Is that true?
That's not true. That's not true. However,
Yeah.
you can function with one kidney.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Somebody said that you may have the 2, but only one functions.
Then we wouldn't be having the 2.
That is it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we have 2 and both of them work.
Okay.
Yes. But you can work with one kidney.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Fine. Now, take us through the whole process. How do I know? Okay, I don't know whether it will come later, but how do I know I even have an issue
Yes.
with my kidneys?
Yes.
Yeah.
So maybe let me start from the top.
Okay.
What is kidney disease?
Okay.
Kidney disease is progressive injury or loss of function of the kidneys. So either you are having a damage that is continuing or you're losing the function of your kidney. That is what is described as a kidney disease. The Kenya Renal Association right now reports of 4 million Kenyans suffering from kidney disease. The association also estimates that the number by 2030 will be 4.8 million Kenyans suffering from kidney disease, about 5 million Kenyans. If you subtract the children and the young people, that's a very big number.
It is.
It is a very big number
It is.
because the age of where you are now at risk of getting kidney disease is above the age of 60. And Kenyans who are above 60 years are about 2.2 million. So this number has already exceeded all the people that are above 60 years.
Yeah.
Yes, it's a mess.
It is.
Yes, so that is what kidney disease is and the statistics in the country right now. How do you know you have a kidney issue? What will predispose you to having a kidney issue? What makes you at risk of getting a kidney issues? One, we have talked about age. If you are over the age of 60, you're at risk of getting a kidney problem. If you are hypertensive, if you have high blood pressure, you're at risk of having a kidney problem. If you are diabetic, you're at risk of having a kidney disease. If you are a smoker, you use tobacco in any form, smoking or sniffing or putting it under your tongue, you are at risk of getting kidney disease. If you're obese, obesity is also a risk factor for having kidney disease. Yes.
Okay.
So maybe now I can say, what are the signs and symptoms? How do you know you have a kidney disease? First of all, the diagnosis is made in hospital.
Yes.
The doctor gets a blood test. That blood test is available here at St. Bridget Hospital. Then they measure how much waste your kidney is able to remove, to excrete in a minute, according to your age, according to your gender, according to your body size. The doctor calculates and tells you how much waste your kidneys is able to remove in a minute. Then with that, they stage you. So there's stage 1, there's stage 2, there's stage 3, A and B, there's stage 4, and there's stage 5, according to WHO.
You explain to us
Yes.
all those.
Yes. So in stage 1, you have a normal kidney function, thereabout.
Yes.
Stage 2, it's your kidney function starts to deteriorate. Stage 3, A and B, you have now what is called moderate kidney failure. Stage 4, you have severe kidney disease. And then stage 5, you have end-stage kidney disease. End-stage kidney disease, these are patients now who are almost always reliable on the dialysis machine. So the dialysis machine does the same job as the kidneys do. we put the patient on the machine.
Yeah.
The machine filters out the blood. The machine is connected to the patient.
Yes.
Then blood flows from the patient to the machine. It is filtered out. Now the machine is doing what the kidney is supposed to do, to remove your waste, to remove any drugs, any toxins, to balance your fluid, and the blood is now returned to your body. That process does what the kidneys do. So these are patients who have either kidney failure, an acute kidney failure. There are very many reasons why a patient will be on dialysis, but patient with end-stage renal disease depend on dialysis. Yes.
Okay.
Yes, mostly twice weekly. There are patients who do even more sessions depending on how bad the kidneys are. Yes.
Okay.
So that is how it is diagnosed and the staging. Signs and symptoms.
Yes.
How would you know you have a kidney problem? Number one, you will be experiencing chronic fatigue, severe fatigue, fatigue that is not explained with the activities you've been doing. You've not been to the gym, you've not haujakuwa ukilima the whole day, but you're tired. It's in the morning and you're just feeling tired. That is a sign that could be having a kidney disease and you need to be checked. Another sign is swelling. You'll find the most place that will swell, the most obvious place is the lower limbs, miguu. You see, like the way you travel, you sit for long and then you get home or where you're going and your feet are swollen.
Yeah.
That happens with kidney disease.
Okay.
Basically because the kidney's job is to remove excess fluid, excess waste from the body. And if the kidneys are not functioning correct, these fluids tend to accumulate. And because of gravity, this fluid will mostly be in the limbs, in the legs.
Yeah.
Yes. Your hands could also swell and your face could also swell. By the time you're having swelling in your face, the disease has really progressed. Yes. Another sign is nausea and vomiting. Nausea and vomiting is a sign of a kidney disease. Another sign is, we talked about chronic fatigue, we talked about swelling, we talked about nausea and vomiting, inability to concentrate. You're not focused. You're feeling confused. You just studied something there, and if somebody asks you, you can't remember. Or you can't do one task at the same time. You're neither here or not there. It's a sign of a kidney disease. Also having dry, itchy skin, that's a sign of a kidney disease. When your kidneys are not filtering out your waste sometimes reads as urea in your system. And when your urea level is high, you start having those symptoms of itchy, your skin becomes dry. You could also have a poor appetite and a metallic taste in your mouth. Those are signs of kidney disease. Yes.
So those are signs that we need to look out for.
Yes, those are signs we need to look out for.
When tuko hapo mashinani.
When ukuwa pale mashinani, ukisikia any of those signs, tafadhali enda hospitali, let your doctor know.
Okay. So by the time you get to have the signs and symptoms, are there things that would tell me something is cooking, something is happening before even I start experiencing now the physical symptoms, that the swelling, the fatigue and all that. Like now normal me.
Normal you.
Normal me. Because I know we'll come to how do we prevent, but even way before, is there something that can be detected earlier than before it starts showing the symptoms?
Like the signs?
Yeah. Or is there anything else before the signs now come, to be seen? Are there things that can be detected before the physical signs are visible?
I think you're talking about predisposing factors. What will you be having to know I am at risk? If I'm getting your question correct?
Yeah, that is still okay. But I was like, could let's say before I get to 60, because that is where you say that the majority of the people are. But as I'm growing, like now probably your age or even my cameraman, the age, how can somebody know way before? Is it okay genetically or something like that?
Yes.
Something like that.
Yes. You can know if somebody in your family has had a kidney disease, has a kidney disease, then you're at risk.
Okay.
Then you need to be doing routine checkups.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
If you go to the hospital and you're told your blood pressure is a bit elevated, you're at risk.
Okay.
If there's family history of diabetes in your family, cancers, these chronic illnesses, they put you at risk because we carry our genetics throughout generations, which predisposes you to having kidney diseases.
Yeah.
So I would say you would know if you regularly go to get checked up. You would know if there's somebody in your family who has history. Yeah. So maybe to the viewers, find out what is your family history. If you've lost your shoshos, find out why they died. If a recent member peer has passed on, find out why they died. If you have a relative who is sick on and off, find out what condition they have. Yeah, this will help you start preparing early. Keep a healthy weight, you know, change your lifestyle.
Yeah. Wow, that is good. Yeah, that is where I think I was coming from, getting to know where our history is, where we are coming from. Yeah, so that we can know whether there's something. And I guess the annual checkups would also do, although many of us we don't go for checkups.
Many of us don't go to the hospital. Many people have known hospitali ni kuwa mgonjwa.
Wakati niko mgonjwa ndio naenda. Lakini these ones, the wellness, the wellness clinics or something like that, we are there.
We don't practice a lot of preventive medicine. We don't. It's an African culture which is not good at all. Yeah. But what you're doing at Bansol community is a good thing.
Yes.
It's better to prevent than to cure.
Yes.
Yes.
And that's why we are happy to get this information, so that we can also prevent in Mashinani. Yeah, you have taken us through the symptoms, and the stages, and even how somebody gets to know now this is what I need to do. So take us further. Okay. Yeah.
So we have talked about what is a kidney disease, what predisposes you to a kidney disease. Yes. How will you know the signs and symptoms? How the diagnosis is made? Yes. So now the doctor has already made a diagnosis. Yes. The doctor has said you have a kidney condition. This stage. What next? So now that comes to treatment or management of kidney diseases. Yes. And it is divided into two things. Number one, your doctor, your physician will treat you first to reduce the risks of the disease progressing. So for example, if you're diabetic, your doctor will put you on anti-diabetic medication to get your blood sugar in control. When your blood sugar is controlled, then the kidney disease won't be progressive, or won't progress as fast, or won't get worse. If your blood pressure is high, then you'll be treated for high blood pressure. If you don't have these conditions and you're at risk of having them, say for example you're obese, then the doctor may put you on medication to help you lose weight, help you not get diabetes. If you're hypertensive, to reduce your blood pressure. So that is one treatment to reduce the risks of this condition getting worse. The next way we plan how to treat kidney conditions is treating the complications. So first we reduce the risk of that disease getting worse, and two, we treat the complications. Yeah. And complications are like anemia, because the kidneys do produce the red blood cells, like we say. Yeah. So if you have a kidney issue, that means you're not producing as much red blood cells. Red blood cells are very important in our bodies. They transport oxygen. They do so many functions. So you might be on supplements to improve your red blood cells. Yeah. You may be accumulating a lot of water in your body because your kidneys are not functioning. So the doctor may put you on medication to help you excrete the excess fluid in your body. So those are two modalities of treatment that we do. We reduce the risk of this disease getting further, and we also treat the complication of this disease. It also depends on your stage, where you are in your condition. Like we said, most people who are at the end stage depend on the dialysis, depend on this machine. Yes. Patients who are earlier on, who may not be needing to be on dialysis, are put on medication to help them excrete more waste than their kidneys can do on their own, to help you control your blood sugar, your blood pressure. Yeah, I would say that is how we treat kidney disease. There is no one-size-fits-all kind of treatment or kind of care. It is patient to patient. It is individualized. It will also depend on your laboratory findings. If your calcium is low, then you'll need to be on calcium supplements. If your blood group, your hemoglobin is low, then you'll need to be on supplements. Yes. So
it means that you can get a huge package of medication.
Yes, you can.
Depending on the conditions that will be related to the kidney issues that you're having.
Yes.
So that you will have supplements for that, for the blood, the red blood cells, and all that. And before we move on, Daktari, you could remind our viewers where we are.
We are at St. Bridget Hospital in Kiambu town.
Yes.
St. Bridget Hospital is located 100 meters from Kiambu Mall. On your left, there's a big red signboard written St. Bridget Hospital. You're safe with us, and we are happy. We want you to come over to get screened so that you catch it early.
Yeah, is there probably we'll get the numbers that somebody can probably call to book. Yeah, but when we get there, when we get to the place where now somebody can be invited if they need to come to see a doctor. Yeah, so now those are the two kinds of modalities of treatment. Take us further.
So if you need to be dialyzed, we dialyze patients here at our facility. Our unit runs 24 hours.
Okay.
So whenever you have a patient, they need to be dialyzed, we are open. We have 3 functional machines currently.
Okay, like the one I'm holding.
Like the one you're holding now.
Yes.
So if a patient is onboarded, they have been diagnosed with a kidney disease and they need to be dialyzed, they come, we do a certain test that allows them to be on the machine. Amongst the things we screen for is hepatitis, which is a deadly condition of the liver that can be passed to another patient. So we take the precaution if somebody has hepatitis with the machines. So we do some screenings before the patient is put on the machine. Patients have a catheter or a port used for dialyzing. This port is connected to your blood vessels. It goes straight to your heart. So blood comes out of the body, the patient's body, into the machine. The patient is now connected to the machine. The blood goes into the machine. It goes round. It gets filtered. It gets cleaned. Comes out clean and is taken back to the body. So this process is ni kusafisha damu. Yes. And the process takes 2, 3, 4 hours, depending on the condition of the patient, how stable they are. Can they be on the machine for long? Because blood being taken out of your body is a big amount and could cause a lot of stability. So the patients who are not so stable tend to be on the machine for lesser hours. The patient who are already been used, they're not machine dialysis naive, they've been on the dialysis more, they get to even be on the machine longer to get a long period of having their kidneys washed, quote unquote. So you can be on this machine for even an hour, or 2 hours, or 3 hours, or 4 hours, depending on how stable you are, depending on the doctor's goals. After that, the blood goes back to the system. Now that's good. Most patients need 2 sessions of dialysis in a week.
Okay.
Most patients need 2 dialysis sessions in a week. So, yeah, and they are seen by the consultant every month to track their progress, to see how their labs are, where is their blood level, how is their vitamin D, these things that can be disrupted by the kidneys, where they are, and to keep record and follow them up. They also get to see one another, interact with the doctor and other patients, so they don't feel alone. They belong to a community of people who can relate to their conditions, people who are going through the same challenge as them, and they form a community of people who relate with this condition, which is very good. Kidney disease is a long-term illness. It's a chronic condition. So these people, they have one another.
Okay. Let me take you back, Dr.
Yes.
You talked about the blood is now cleaned.
Yes.
And it goes to the machine. So that means, and forgive my ignorance, I don't have blood that time in my body.
No, that does not mean that.
That's why I say forgive my ignorance.
It's allowed.
Kindly.
It's allowed.
Yeah.
So it's not the whole blood in your system that is taken out.
Okay.
It's an amount of your blood. There are tubings. Taking the whole of your blood from your body is not life-sustaining. You wouldn't be alive with all of your body.
Forgive my ignorance.
Yes. So what happens is the pressures go low. The blood pressures go low because some of the blood is not in the system. It's going through the tubings, getting cleaned, and going back. It's a continuous process. It's not all the blood taken out, cleaned and taken back. It's a continuous process. It's coming in and it's going out. So what is being coming out is the blood direct from your body that is full of waste. Then it's cleaned, then it's taken to the body. So it's a continuous process. It's not a pack and unpack.
Inatolewa, inaekwa pale, alafu sasa ndio inaoshwa, alafu inarudishwa.
No, that is not life sustaining.
Okay.
Yes.
I think we can continue.
Yeah. Where were we?
So we were that they are tested of any condition like the hepatitis B, and I'm just now imagining when I'm mentioning that, if for example a patient they have hepatitis B and they are critical, how would that be treated?
We have a machine specifically set aside for patients who have these conditions. So that they are dialyzed there, and then the machine now is cleaned after.
So that it doesn't mix with...
It doesn't contaminate other machines or other patients using it.
So the reason for testing is to know how to manage, how to handle them, and of course sensitively. Then I think that is where we were. Where now the blood is being cleaned, and it's twice. You say twice a week.
Twice a week is what most patients are on. Yes.
There are those who come more than that.
Yes, especially in the initial stages. You've been diagnosed and your kidneys say are really, really bad. Then sometimes, but this happens mostly for patients who are inpatient, because you realize this is a very sick patient. I mean, if you can't go 2 days without dialysis, you're quite sick. So these are patients who are mostly in the hospital. Yes, they do even continuous days, like today, tomorrow another session, the day after tomorrow another session, the day after that, depending on how stable they are and how well their kidneys are improving after dialysis.
And are there other conditions now outside the kidney that would affect the kidney, like probably the related organs that are there that would affect the kidney's performance?
Yes. The heart. Yes, the heart. The heart and the kidneys are brother and sister. Twins, I would say. They go together a lot. There's what is called the cardiorenal syndrome. The kidneys really depend on our blood volume to function. They are like tubes because fluid is going through them. So sometimes when you don't have enough blood or you've lost a lot of blood, say in an accident, they tend to shut. That is what we call the acute kidney injury, because there's not enough volume to keep them patent and working. So the heart and the kidneys work together. So if you have a heart condition, you could most likely, you are at risk of having a kidney condition. If you have a kidney condition, you're at risk of developing a heart condition.
Okay.
Yes.
They're very working very closely.
Yes. Yes. Conditions that will make you have a kidney disease are many. Diabetes is one of them.
Yes.
Diabetes affects probably all the organs in our body. It's a really bad condition. Hypertension. Hypertension is from the heart.
Yeah.
You could also have hypertension from the lungs, from also the liver. And this...
hypertension from the liver?
Yes. Yes.
Come again?
Yes. It's called hepatic hypertension.
All right.
Yes.
We are learning.
We're learning.
Yes, we are learning.
There are major vessels that supply the liver. And sometimes when the liver starts to have issues, a lot of pressure is needed to perfuse the liver, to get the liver to function. So sometimes with a bad liver, you'll get high blood pressures in those vessels in your liver.
I have always thought that hypertension, blood pressure, is only in the heart.
No. You could have high blood pressure in your lungs.
Me.
No. It's okay.
Yeah.
We learn every day. We don't know everything.
We do.
Yes.
I'm learning. Yes.
So you could have hypertension in your lungs, which is the most common after the heart one, organ to get hypertension. Especially if you have chronic obstructive pulmonary diseases, patients with asthma, patients with clots in their blood, a failing heart, a failing right side of the heart will give you high blood pressures in your lungs. Because the right side of the heart.
This now, the heart is this side.
Yeah, the heart is this side.
Yes.
It's the left.
This other.
No. The heart has 4 chambers.
Yes.
Yes.
Those
the right ventricle, the right atrium,
the
right ventricle.
Yes.
The left atrium,
yes.
The left ventricle.
Yes.
But the same heart that is on your left side of the chest. Yes. So if the right heart side of the heart, which is the right atrium and the right ventricle, if they start to fail, because if you remember the physiology of how blood flows, when it comes, all the deoxygenated, the blood without oxygen comes back to the lung. It is to the heart. It is pushed to the lung from the right side of the atrium to get oxygenated, then to come back to the left side of the heart. Then be spread to the rest of the body. Yes. So when you have your right side of the heart is failing, the work of the right side of the heart is to pump blood to the lungs for oxygenation. Then the pressures in the lungs will be high because this blood is going to the lungs. The vessels in the lungs now will be very dilated, very stiff. That is called pulmonary hypertension. Yes. There's also hepatic hypertension. Yes. There's a lot of things in this world.
Na tunaendelea tu, tunajibeba tu kama nothing is going on. But there's a lot that is going on.
There's a lot that is going on.
Yes.
The body is a very amazing thing. How
God just connected those things and they are working. You are not aware.
Exactly.
And you are working. We should thank God every day.
True.
Every day.
True.
Yeah, so we are now at that point that there are other diseases that
can cause you to have kidney diseases. Infections could also cause you to have kidney diseases. Infections could be what we call acute, not long term. Say if you have an infection and you get an acute kidney injury, if it is not treated early enough, the damage could be long term. Yeah. So there are other things that give you kidney conditions like those infections. Drug use. Patients who, people who use drugs, like the heroin users, the cocaine users, they are at risk of getting kidney disease because, like we mentioned, the kidney's job is also to excrete medications from our body and drugs from our body. Another thing that could give people kidney disease that most people don't know are painkillers. Yes.
Paracetamols.
There are people who wako na mara moja in their bag.
Kuna kaparaziti tambo painkiller. Kana kuaga hapo kwa bag.
Yes.
Kana gojea. Nikisikia kitu kidogo
anakunywa.
Na meza.
Yes. So painkillers do have, especially what a category of painkillers called NSAIDs, non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drugs, can cause kidney to your injury to your kidneys, damage to your kidneys. So it is important that when you have a pain, don't go to the shop and just pop a painkiller. And then another one at lunchtime, and then another one jioni. Kesho pia. See your doctor.
See a doctor.
See a doctor.
Yeah.
One painkiller should take away the pain until, I don't know when. Iishe tu. But when you have to pop 3 times pain medication in a day, and the doctor is not the one who prescribed that medication, then you're doing harm to your kidneys.
And we know many of us do self-medication.
We do self-medication.
A lot.
A lot.
Yes.
A lot. So
nasikia mguu nikutana na daktari na hata as a friend namwambia naumwa na hapa, so kunywa ile dawa, enda kwa
kuna ile dawa.
Kuna ile dawa.
Tumia hiyo dawa. And you'll find somebody using painkillers for a long time na anakuambia nakuanga na arthritis, but nobody ever diagnosed them with arthritis.
Imagine.
Nobody has ever told them, but they take painkillers because they have that condition. Or their neighbor tells them, unajua hata nilienda hospitali nikaambiwa ni ile shida ya mfupa na kunywanga painkiller. Painkiller peke yake ndio itamsaidia. It is important that we don't self-medicate.
True.
It is important that we also are conscious about what we are taking.
Yeah.
It is not normal to have chronic pain and self-medicate na haujaionekana na daktari. It is very dangerous.
It is. It is. Now, we are already now in the machine.
Yes.
We are coming twice a week.
Yes.
To the facility, to the hospitals, St. Bridget. And we now are receiving this treatment. You said you can take 3-4 hours, one session. One session. I will not move from the bed. I will sit there. I will lie there until the whole process is done.
Yes.
Okay.
You will be watching the TV.
Oh, okay.
You can be
You distract me.
Yes.
Yes.
We also serve meals. So if you come in the morning, you'll have your breakfast as the dialysis is going on.
Okay.
You're not really like tied down and stay there.
Oh, yeah.
Where your pot is, whether it is in your arm or your neck or your thigh,
Yes.
the dialysis will be going on with the tubings going on. It's not uncomfortable or a painful procedure.
Okay.
As you read the newspaper, as you chat on your phone, as you watch something on the TV, or as you have a meal.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's a very comfortable 3 to 4 hours.
3 to 4 hours.
Yes.
The poster you are lying at you can lie.
You can lie. Side. Yes, on the side.
You can see it.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Now we are at that point where I'm coming for, or the patient is coming for this for the dialysis. How long do I? What is the duration of, when will I stop?
Yes.
Or when does the patient stop?
Very good question. Now, it depends. It depends on why you're getting dialysis.
Okay.
If you're getting dialysis because your kidney has failed and you have end-stage renal disease, then you don't stop because it's already end-stage. These are patients who could benefit from a kidney transplant. Yeah, either a kidney transplant or you're on a long-term dialysis kind of management. There are patients who are doing dialysis for the rest of their lives.
Okay.
And they've accepted, you know, my condition is at the end stage and I need this dialysis to do the job of my kidney. Patients that are sourcing for kidneys from families and their friends and getting transplant and recovering completely. How long will you be on the machine? There's no definite time. It is person to person and how well their kidneys are improving. Yes.
Okay. So, how much does it cost probably for a session?
Okay.
So that I get to know, or a patient gets to know, how will I fund this? Yes, you could probably share with us.
Yes.
Yeah.
There are several ways how you can pay for dialysis. Number one, if you have NHIF cover,
Okay.
you're good to go.
Okay.
NHIF covers for the dialysis. So you come, you register at the front desk, you get, the request goes to NHIF.
Yeah.
When they approve, then you start your dialysis. It will be covered by NHIF.
Okay.
You can also use cash.
Okay.
Especially before you get your NHIF. It costs 9,500 for a session here at our facility. Yes.
Okay. Okay.
We also accept other private insurance covers. Britam, Madison, APA, MTBA, Minet, yeah, CIC,
Okay.
Kenbright. We have so many.
Quite a number. More. Yeah, CIC. Yeah, quite a number.
Quite a number.
Quite a number.
So there's no way utakosa kufanyiwa dialysis.
Yeah.
You can use cash, you can use NHIF,
Yeah.
and you can use any private insurance.
Okay.
For our people pale mashinani, I hope kila mtu ako na NHIF. NHIF now comes in handy when you have such a condition.
Okay.
Especially the financial burden, because this is a chronic condition. Utakuwa on dialysis most likely for a long time. You don't want to be spending money all the time,
Yeah.
or kuanza kufanya mchango every time you want to be, you have run out.
Yeah.
So NHIF is the best option kwa pale mashinani kwa mtu mwenye anasumbuka na shida ya figo.
So it takes care of
everything.
Of everything.
Yes.
All the sessions.
All the sessions.
Wow, I think that is something that is very important for us to.
All the session and a supplement called erythropoietin.
Okay.
That helps the kidneys in forming the red blood cells.
Okay.
Yes.
Now, as we come to the close of this session, if a patient is going through dialysis and I have come, or the patient has come for the session, goes home, and then probably feels ill or not well, and then probably it's when they come to the hospital, they may need to do another session. Are there situations like those ones?
Yes, there are situations like those ones. Because things change. You could get an infection and it could worsen your condition. You could be stressed, because even stress changes our body function.
Yeah.
You could be stressed and your functions get lower, worse. Anytime, this hospital is 24 hours.
Yeah.
You can walk in, we will dialyze you.
So finally, as we come to close, let's say I want to travel outside the country for my business trips or for any other activity that I have. And I have the sessions scheduled for this time. And probably I'm going for a month. And how is that organized?
Okay.
So that I'm still taken care of.
Yes.
Yes.
So if you're to travel and you're going somewhere for a period that will disrupt your dialysis, we do write you a medical report.
Okay.
With your details.
Yes.
This is our patient, they have this condition, this stage, they have been on dialysis this long, and they do it this frequently.
Yes.
So that where you're going, they can have a report of your status, where you are.
Yes.
Then now you can check into the nearest hospital that does dialysis and continue with your dialysis even when you're in transit.
Yes.
Yes.
I think that is very important because you don't have to stop.
Exactly.
Yes.
Exactly.
So that you're taken care of.
Yes.
Wherever.
Kama unasafiri, mali unaenda, una make sure unaendelea na dialysis vile iko.
Yes.
Get your doctor kuandikie barua to show where you are at, how often you get your function, your lab works, alafu uendelee na dialysis hata ukisafiri.
Okay.
Because there are dangers of cutting it short. Now your waste starts to accumulate.
Yeah.
Then some bad things go on in your system. Yeah.
Now, I've said it was the last one, but I'm looking at it. I've traveled by air and sometimes long distances. And this is a patient with this condition. And I'm imagining if now the water swells for a normal person without, the disease, and you're going for hours before you get to the destination or even the stopover. I'm just imagining how it can be done in the airplane. we are not there, but probably. Yeah.
Like I have said, you will do the same thing. Uende kwa daktari wako, tell them you're traveling by air for this long. Then they will have a plan for you. If it is medication to help you secrete the excess water they add, that could happen.
Yeah.
Yes.
But
if
I
it
think
is,
that is very important.
it is very important.
Yeah, because it doesn't need to stop my other engagements.
Exactly.
Yeah, and even
exactly. It shouldn't enclose you.
If I'm going by SGL to Mombasa,
yes.
I still need, you know, all those hours.
Yes.
I need to know that I'm still okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. We are in the era where chronic diseases are not cells or jails in this era.
Yeah.
People are living comfortably with their conditions at home, working, traveling, and going on about their business.
Yes.
Yes, and that is what we do here at St. Bridget.
Yes.
Yes, we provide care for our patients, whether they are with us, whether they are traveling.
Yes.
Yeah.
As we now come to the end, what would be your parting shot?
Okay.
Yeah.
This is what I will tell watu pale mashinani and across the country, the globe.
Yeah.
Know your kidney. Know how well it functions. If you have the condition, know your stage. Be part of the care. Usikue ni kama we ndio spectator. I meet some patients and ask them, so what medications are you on? Sijui zinaitwa aje, itabidi tupige simu nyumbani, tuambiwe.
Okay.
So it is important to know what stage you are, what medications you're using, and your last lab results. Kama ulienda kwa daktari, ask. The doctor will take samples. Please find out how your results were, how your kidney is. Are you getting better? Are you getting worse? Ask questions.
Yeah.
Ask for help. For a second time, don't be a spectator.
Yes.
Be part of the team. Ask questions. Know the plan. Ask the doctor how long you will be dialyzed, how long you'll be on these medications, what it means for you, for your career, for children, for things like that. So, yes, come to hospital, know, ask questions, Google, ask your doctor the best site to get information because there's a lot of information out there.
Yes.
Ask them where you can read about your condition. Information is very powerful.
True.
So have all the information. I maybe have forgotten to say about water.
Okay.
About taking water.
Okay.
Because most people say, akona shida ya figo juu akunywangi maji, which is true. Dehydration can lead you to having kidney problems.
Okay.
How do you know you're taking enough water? You can check the color of your urine. If it gets darker than normal, then you're not taking enough water.
Okay.
Unless you're also taking some other medication or you took juice that is red or Ribena, but your urine should not be green, like the color of my cup. It should not also be too clear. Now you're overhydrating, which is also harmful. Yeah, it could take your electrolytes to get imbalanced.
Okay.
So check at the color of your urine. The color of your urine will lead you to know, am I taking enough water? So don't go to the loo and just pee and go. Check your waist. It is a very good marker of how your internal is going.
That's very
so
important.
check the color of your urine. You will know.
Yes.
Am I taking enough water? Am I taking too much water? Because now I have seen a lot of people who are trying to lose weight. They're taking a lot of water. A lot of water can also be harmful. Everything in excess is harmful.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I also hear that as you're taking your water, you shouldn't just gulp it.
You take it slowly.
Slowly.
Yes.
Like,
and it's not
sipping.
Yes, like sipping. And it's not a liter at a go. You break it down. Like when you wake up in the morning on an empty stomach, you should have a glass of water. Then you spread out your 8 glasses, the recommended 8 glasses throughout the day.
Yeah.
I say there's no specific amount of water because there are patients who are having heart conditions that are restricted about taking water because water worsens the condition. So it is person to person. Also, you can monitor with your urine. Because sometimes it's cold and you can't take 8 glasses of water. Like today's woke up drizzling.
Yes, it's
and
cold.
targeting 8 glasses of water, they may be a bit unrealistic.
Yeah.
Yeah. So your urine should guide you.
Okay.
Yeah.
It should not be too clear.
It should not be too clear. It should not be too dark.
Yes.
Yes. It should have a bright yellow, normal urine.
Okay.
You will. We all know our normal urine on a good day when we have hydrated.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. So that was your parting shot.
That was my parting shot. Something else also I forgot.
Go ahead.
About the nutrition.
Yes.
Although the nutritionist will touch on it. Salt is not advisable for people who have kidney diseases. Most patients are limited to 2 grams of salt in a day. Remember, this 2 grams is not the only one that you add in your food when you're cooking.
Yes.
Sometimes you take things that are salty, and that salt is also calculated there. So the point is to reduce. Now, ukianza kufikiria vile utapima 2 grams, it might be tricky.
Yes.
But the point is to reduce the amount of salt. Okay. If the doctor amesema your blood pressure is high, your kidneys are not looking good, salt is not your friend. Because salt, what salt does, where salt goes, water follows. You see the way you put salt in an open place.
Yes.
You come back and you find the salt is wet.
Yes.
Because it is extracting water from the air, the atmosphere.
Yes.
So that is the same thing that happens when we consume salt.
Okay.
We now retain more water.
All right.
And if you have bad kidneys, that gives the kidneys more work to excrete this excess water that is being retained in our body. Yes. So about nutrition is lowering the amount of salt you take. The nutritionist will speak on the rest. Yes.
The nutritionist will take us through for our next episode on how to feed ourselves, the nutritional part of it. But I want to take this opportunity, Daktari, wow, to appreciate that information and your time. Thank you very much. And thank you for St. Bridget, even for giving us you to come and grace this and this show, and we are very, very happy. Hello, my viewers. Thank you very much for tuning in. I am still at St. Bridget Hospital at Kiambu Town, and you remember our last episode, we looked at the process of the kidney and how somebody is diagnosed, how somebody is treated, managed, and what to avoid, what are the predisposing factors on that. So we thought it was very important for us to take you to the next level in terms of nutrition, and that is why we have our nutritionist today in the same hospital, so that she can take us through and tell us what are we supposed to do, what are we not supposed to do. But I would request her to first introduce herself. And without further ado, I would want to welcome nutritionist Edna. She's going to introduce herself further, tell us where we are, tell us what we need to do. And I'm so happy to have you with me here on set. Thank you and welcome.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Hi, I'm Edna Wangare. Welcome, okay. Madam Jen.
Thank you.
Hi.
Yes.
So, good nutrition is what we eat.
Yes.
We are what we eat.
Yes.
A kidney patient needs to avoid foods such as foods rich in potassium, foods rich in phosphorus, foods rich in kidney patient needs to avoid foods rich in potassium.
Yes.
By this, I mean the levels of potassium in the body of a kidney patient need to be 3.5 grams per kg.
Okay.
Foods rich in potassium include
kg of the kidney.
Yeah.
Okay.
Foods rich in potassium include spinach, these bananas, broccoli, all those. Instead, we can take foods less in potassium.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
To avoid, patients also need to avoid foods rich in phosphorus. By that, I mean they can take phosphate binders instead of phosphorus-rich foods.
Okay.
Yeah.
You'll be explaining to us the binders, but before we get to that, I'm imagining I don't have the condition, the disease, but I would want to know, are there some foods I could take or not take even before one is sick, like more preventative? Are there some things that I need to do?
Yeah.
Yeah, probably we can start there.
Once diagnosed with a kidney disease, chronic kidney disease, CKD,
Yes.
you need to avoid, or you need to avoid at any circumstance taking food such as spinach.
Okay.
If you're an alcoholic,
Yes.
you need to stop the intake of alcohol.
Okay.
You need to maintain a dry weight. By this, I mean, you need to have like the normal weight, excluding any fluid you take.
Okay.
By this, again, I mean, your normal weight, your normal body weight. Kama uko na kidney disease, na your normal body weight is 70, you need to maintain 70 without adding any fluid.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So weight ikae tu pale.
Yeah, weight ikae tu hapo.
Yes.
But you can also maintain your weight by doing regular exercise.
Okay.
Because kidney disease can get anyone.
Yeah.
Especially the age of 25 and above, you need to do exercise, regular exercise.
Okay.
Patients, when you're nakwanga bedridden, you cannot do regular exercise. Rather, let them walk a distance from like 100 meters. They can walk that distance because they rarely walk.
Okay.
All they do is sit down. Yeah.
Okay. So so you're saying when somebody is diagnosed, what about before?
Before diagnosed, what can they take?
Yes.
You can take everything.
Okay.
Unless you have an intolerance or an allergy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So there's no way of preparing, of preventing kidney disease.
You can prevent kidney disease by one. Okay, if you have, because kidney disease comes with many other conditions like hypertension, hyperglycemia, that is high levels of sugar, high blood pressure, high potassium, hyperkalemia, high phosphorus.
Hyperkalemia.
Yeah. High phosphorus.
Yes.
High phosphorus.
Yes.
Yeah, like those.
Yes.
So you need to avoid anything, any food that can bring hypertension. You need to avoid any food that can bring hyperkalemia. You need to avoid any food that can bring hyperglycemia. Hyperglycemia is high sugars. High sugars you can avoid by taking foods low in salt. I mean sugars, less sweeteners. You can, there's also sodium. You need to limit your sodium intake, your salt intake. As Dr. Makau said earlier, you need to have like 2 grams of sodium in your body. Okay. Yeah. Either from 0.7 to 2 grams of sodium in your body per day. Per day of a dialysis patient. Okay. Yeah.
All right. Then we are with this patient. Now they are going through dialysis. What and we are preparing a meal for them. What do we prepare?
In terms of food preparation, how you start from cooking the food, how you vile utapima mafuta, vile utapima chumvi, the spices used, everything used. We say you don't need to use spices for a kidney patient. You can use things like herbs, lemon, to cook them.
To cook.
Yeah. 1 spoon of oil contains 45 kilocalories. So by making food for a dialysis patient, you can use 2 spoons of oil. That is 45 plus 45, 90 kilocalories. Use 1 tablespoon of salt. That is 2,000 grams of salt. For a dialysis patient, you need to use 0.7. That is 750 micrograms. to 2,000 micrograms of salt. Then instead of using spices, you can use like lemon, herbs to prepare the food. And then how you serve the food, the portion of the food, because a dialysis patient needs a high protein food, because a good nutrition status for a dialysis patient, they need to have a healthy blood level of protein called albumin in their body. So the ounces of proteins for the dialysis patient need to be 8 to 10 servings of proteins. By this again, I mean a dialysis patient should take plant-based proteins rather than animal-based proteins, because plant-based proteins contain phytochemicals and antioxidants for a dialysis patient. Yeah.
As opposed to the
animal protein.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So when one is going through treatment on dialysis, you know, they avoid nyama choma. Nyama choma hakuna at all. Oh, okay, all right. What else are they supposed to avoid?
They're supposed to avoid red meats.
Okay.
They substitute with white meat.
Okay.
Pork, fresh. They need to avoid canned foods.
Okay.
They need to avoid processed foods, restaurant foods. You need to like make food from your own, like in preparation. Yeah. Yeah.
Because like you don't know how much the salt they put, and the canned food, of course, they have preservatives.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would imagine.
Yeah.
Okay, go on.
When you buy yogurt for a dialysis patient, not even a dialysis patient, every patient, you need to check the nutritional value.
Okay.
Because you can buy food na iko na salt mingi.
Okay.
Yeah. So the nutritional value inakwanga imeandikwa hapo kando.
Yes.
So you need to like check the symbols, Na sodium.
Yeah.
You check how the levels of the sodium in the yogurt. Mostly we say that you need to take plain yogurts.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. The natural one.
Yeah.
The natural one. So when somebody is now being treated, would it be better, this is my thinking, to take boiled foods? I'm just imagining now with those very restricted kind of measurements, if I have to know these are the grams, these are what, so would it be easier to just eat boiled foods?
Okay, for boiled foods, I'd say if they're having hypertension together with chronic kidney disease, then it is nice for them. It is advisable to take boiled foods, like boiled meat, especially because they take boiled eggs more than fried eggs. Yeah.
Okay. Also, boiled foods. I don't know. I think I'm mixing myself. Boiled, they can take more eggs. You say they can take more eggs?
Yeah, eggs advisable.
Boiled eggs.
Boiled, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Without the yolk? Oh, okay.
Cholesterol.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Where? Take us through that cholesterol part, and what when you are like you're advising on a particular food, probably then what are there vipimo za hizo chakula, because like now when you say the egg, there's a yolk that need not to be there, so it's like when you boil an egg, you remove, is it the white or the yellow? You're still caring for our patient.
Yeah.
Yes.
With the boiled foods, dialysis patients need to have a healthy muscle mass. Muscle mass is the total amount of muscles in your body.
Yes.
For that, you can increase your muscle mass by drinking bone soup.
Okay.
Yeah. According to boiled eggs, on the issue of boiled eggs, you take the white part, and you leave the yolk due to high cholesterol.
Okay.
Yeah.
Where? Okay. Haya, tuendelee.
Another thing with dialysis, you need to you need to buy, instead of taking salt, you need to take foods. You actually need to avoid salt at all costs.
Okay.
Yeah, for dialysis patient.
Okay.
Unless nile sasa mwili imeitisha kabisa, ndo utampea salt.
Okay.
Na utampimia kidogo tu.
So their food has to be like with minimum salt if it has to be.
Yeah.
So like if they're now in the house, and of course the other people are taking food with salt, so it means that probably you'll have to do their food specially.
Yeah.
Because they may not take the amount of salt that is in the food.
Yes.
As we come to the end of this session, I would probably like to, probably something that you've remembered as we are going along. I would like you to look at the camera and give us your parting shot.
A dialysis patient, for a dialysis patient, you need to have high levels of blood protein in your body. That is called albumin. You need to have a high protein diet in your food. Take 8 to 10 ounces or servings of food protein in your plate. Yeah, nothing else.
Okay. Thank you so much, Edna, for that session. We really appreciate, and I believe that our viewers are getting to learn more. And thank you very much, even for St. Bridget Hospital, for allowing us to come and have this session and also share this with you. We really appreciate your support, and even as you continue following us, as I had said in our earlier show, from this hospital, we say that Health Now Show is being carried by Bansol Community Health Services that take care of our health. We organize medical camps, we organize meetings, mental health awareness meetings in your location. So you can reach us on our numbers running on the screen, and you can be able to invite us to your church, to your chama, to your group, to your table banking, to your investment meeting, to celebrations that we are having, your ratio, your meetings that you have, your cousins meeting, your end of year parties. We come and talk about our health, and especially from our mental health professions that we are having. And I want to thank the hospital once again for allowing us to come here and shoot this video here, and I believe it will be of help. And thank you so much, even the management, for allowing us to be here, and especially Dr. Anne and the nutritionist Edna. Thank you so much for availing your time to be with us. We really appreciate. And our viewers, until next time, we want to say thank you so much. Bye for now, until we meet in our next episode. Thank you so much.